Hello fellow consciousness, what you are seeing right now is a tubular heating element that you could commonly find inside broken coffee makers, cup heaters, or electric flat irons. Heating filaments have very high resistance and they generate heat when a current passes through them. Inside this tube is a metal that gets orange hot when electricity is applied. As you have known, metals would oxidize in the air when exposed to such high temperatures. That's why light bulbs are inside vacuum-like conditions. Thankfully, alloying exists, and filaments are typically made of nickel and chromium or nichrome. A property of nichrome is that, when heated, it creates an oxide layer that prevents further deterioration from the air, hence why they last long and are prevalent in heating appliances. Although I'm not exactly sure what metal is inside this tube, you can tell from the casing that it prevents the air from going in, and the white powder inside keeps the filament from touching the casing. So if you ever have one of these, don't ignore them or throw them away just yet because most of the time the only things broken are the thermal switch or maybe the fuse or maybe the light indicator. But before we test it, we make sure we are safe by checking the rating. It should match your power source. Guys, we will proceed to testing it. We wire this up first. The indicator to test whether it is faulty. We hide that with a heat sleeve and put our heat sleeve so you don't get accidentally heated. If you are afraid of getting shocked just like me, we test it from afar. Plug it into a socket and we plug it again. I have already run this setup for a couple of minutes but it doesn't seem to generate any heat. Why is that? As it turns out, this was only meant to glow once we have reached a certain temperature, as to prevent this from heating up by adding more resistance. Okay, so now let's try it without the light. Ooh, nice. Do you see how hot it gets? Yep, it burnt the wood.